Yahushua. We are the Battle Axes of the Most High coming to you on a Monday night class. Get edified in the Lord's name. And go into these prayers, man. Praying for our people, man. You know, a lot of our topics, man, be coming out.
I'm trying to cut my whole phone off, bro.
So a lot of these topics be heavy, especially, you know, dealing with the issues that we have in Israel. You know, understand that, you know, things have to be addressed, shalom, shalom. But, you know, we don't want to make we don't want to make this truth as being a mockery, you know. We never want to make the truth as being a mockery. And you understand, brothers and sisters do go through things. And, but, you know, spirit can jump on anybody, right? Nobody's exempt from spirits jumping on them. So, I mean, no matter who it is. I mean, nobody's exempt from that. You hot?
No, I'm good. You hot? If you hot, put on fan.
It's 78 degrees in this mother.
I'm good.
Oh, you good? I'm good too.
Let's get it.
So, like you say, I know pretty much everybody probably won't be going to a class tonight. You know, just dealing with the situation. But, you know, everybody getting their business, you know, if all Israel got their business aired out online.
Yeah.
If everybody in Israel got their business aired out online, nobody being the truth. Talking about nobody. So, I mean, I know we all deal with whatever we deal with, man, but, you know, the Lord give us space to repent. He give us space to get out of here. He always give us a way out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get that. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. You know, he always give us a way out. And he always give us, like you say, give us space to repent, man, about these things. Sometimes brothers take the way out, sometimes they don't. But we are the children of Israel, man. We are the most stiff-necked and hard-headed nation in the world, right? Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 13. They have no temptation taken you, but such as as is common to man.
Like these things, you said these things is common to me, right? Read.
But God is faithful.
But the Most High God is faithful. Read.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
Right. So the Lord always make a way to escape from these things, man. Right. You know, we did a lot of unit camp with brothers, man. So, you know, with different brothers around the nation. And, you know, we try our best, you know. And, you know, even at us at Battle Axes in our leadership, man, we try our best to stay in the right spirit. And sometimes we don't always be in the right spirit either. So, you know, but we do try our best to be in the right spirit. And if we can, has just so happen to get hold of this spirit that's on us, we'll get in front of that thing. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't get in front of this spirit. And I guess we get what we get too. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord said he always make a way for us to escape. Because sometimes we don't get in front of those spirits. And those spirits linger enough that the Lord had to step in. So, you know, we keep on praying for brothers. And keep on praying for brothers' strength. Trying to help brothers and stuff. Brothers and sisters, man. Keep on striving in this truth, man. Right? You know, pray for all brothers and sisters in this truth, man. Because, you know, watching a brother for years to do mighty works, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes, like I say, these spirits just get on anybody, man. So don't think it's something strange. These things, if it happened to King Saul, he was the first king in Israel. So let's go 1 Kings chapter 8 right quick.
You want me to finish it?
Yeah, finish it out.
That ye may be able to bear it.
That you may be able to bear it. The Lord said he may give you a way to escape so you can be able to bear those things. Man.
You said First Kings?
1 Kings chapter 8, verse 28. Let's just read this.
The book of First Kings, chapter 8, verse 28.
Uh-huh.
Yet have thou respect unto the prayer of thy servant.
So he said, do you have respect unto the prayer of thy servant, right? Read.
And to his supplication.
And to his supplication, read.
O Lord.
O Lord, read.
My God, to hearken unto the cry and to the prayer which thy servant prayeth before thee today.
So you just thinking about how brothers and sisters are supposed to be thinking, man. Man, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. When we look at situations going on in our nation, man, you don't just pray also for brothers and sisters that's in need. Man, you pray for, man, you always constant. And me being in leadership, I'm finna explain something to brothers and sisters. Man, y'all in the congregation, y'all supposed to be praying for us. I'm talking about without ceasing. Because if we supposed to be the leaders and guys in the households and guys in the churches, there's Israelites that the Lord is setting the Israelites up. Man, y'all got to be praying for these leaders, man, and praying for all our leaders, man. Because man, we need each other, man. We definitely need each other because y'all think the spirits be on a person that's in the truth. Imagine the Lord said, "Much given, much required." So when when the Lord give you a whole lot, you think Satan not, man, the Lord gave Satan a job too. He gave evil angels a job too. He gave good angels a job too. So these spirits can jump on anybody. So you got to be, man, this is our job to try to keep us in line. Right? The Lord said the kingdom of heaven is within us. We got to be making these supplications and stuff for these things, man. Right? Watch this, read on.
Verse 29. That thine eyes may be open towards this house night and day.
Said that the Lord's eyes be open towards the house night and day. Meaning what? Meaning that the Lord, he want the Lord to open his eyes, meaning to hear our prayers, man. Right? Read.
God. Even towards the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there.
So the Lord said, he said, even as the name, like said, wherever he put his name in. So you think about it. Like we got all these different camps. The Lord put his name in every one of these camps.
God.
Every camp in Israel, the Lord got his name in. And the Lord got his hand on every camp. Right?
God. That thou mayest hearken unto the prayer which thy servant shall make towards this place.
Right? Because this is what we want to do. We're trying to get the Lord to hearken to these prayers. Right? Verse 30.
Verse 30. And hearken thou to the supplication of thy servant.
He said, hearken unto the supplication. Because this is what we supposed to be making, prayer supplication. Getting ourselves prepared for these prayers and also waiting for the prayers to be answered.
God.
Right? Read.
And of thy people Israel. When they shall pray towards this place.
When they say pray towards our homeland, read.
And hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place. And when thou hearest, forgive.
When thou hearest, this is what we want our God to do.
God.
This is what we want our God to do. When we make prayers for each other, man, we want our prayers to be heard so the Lord can forgive those prayers, man. Right? You got to think the Lord gives the understanding on how he controls the mind and the heart and the spirit. He controls everything that a man does. Right? But even while the Lord controlling these things, he expecting us to move accordingly. Right? But I know sometimes you just praying, hopefully that any brother, that sister, man, when we're going through something, that we can build upon something, man.
God.
Right? This ain't the time this ain't the time to beat any brother and sister down. It's time to build brothers up. You got to think how many households and how many people in a congregation, man, Brother, we got to feed the sheep with these scriptures, man.
God.
Got to feed the nation, people that's not in his congregation, people that's in his congregation. Man, all camps watching each other, right? But you know, some people, you know, they want to tell or hear some new thing, but some people is looking for edification. Some people looking to grow in this truth, and some people just not either. But we got to expect it. Go to Romans chapter 1.
All right. What verse?
Start at verse 8, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 8. First, I thank my God through Mashiach Yahushua
Right, read on.
for you all.
For guess what we think? He's like Paul said, I'm thanking the Lord for you all, man. Read.
That your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world.
Right? So he said, this is what you want. For your faith to be spoken at throughout the whole world, man. Right? Read.
Verse 9. For God is my witness, whom I serve with my spirit.
Who I serve with my spirit, read.
In the gospel of his son.
Of a Mashiach Yahushua, read.
That without ceasing, I make mention of you always in my prayer.
And this is the same thing what Paul is writing a letter to the Romans. It's the same thing that we need to be doing for each other, man. Right? He said to speak for everybody, faith to grow in this truth. And also not because even though you see the wind beating vehemently, you're supposed to still keep that faith going.
God.
Right?
God.
It's time to keep rocking, man. Right? Read.
Verse 10. Making requests, if by any means now at length I might have prosperous journey by the will of God to come unto you.
So guess what? Just how Paul writing his letter telling him, he said, look, man, I'm praying that I can be able to make it down into y'all. Right? Thinking about how we are in this truth. The traveling, the going out to the streets, on the highways and the byways. Some people go to many different towns and countries and cities and be out there teaching. Brothers got to be, I'm talking about spirit get on them, shake it off. Spirit get on them again, shake it. It said the Lord said a just man falleth 7 times.
God.
We cannot think. And Christ said it the best. Christ said it the best. Our flesh is weak, man. Our flesh is weak, man. And we gonna go through these things, man.
Yeah.
Guess what? It don't. See, the thing is, we thinking that it's got to be us. It can come in the form of your wife. It can come in the form of your children.
God.
It can come in the form of your job. It can come in the form of your mind. Whatever people, it's a lot of stuff people got going on, just the mind alone. They can't even shake their own mind. Right?
God.
Sometimes people so caught up in other, and just other, and this is what a lot of brothers do. I'm telling you, I talk about, man, you know, we hear about a lot of sisters gossip, but these brothers be gossiping, man. The role done switch. The women done got tough and the brothers done start gossiping. I'm talking about role is completely reversed. Right? Brothers be gossiping, man. Right? But you don't never know a person's struggle. Go to Ephesians chapter 6, man. You don't know the brothers, you don't know the struggle. Right? Man, I'm gonna tell you, the high up you get in this truth, brothers and sisters, I'm to explain something to you. The more I'm talking about the what you call it?
High level devil.
The high level of the devil. The more you get up in this truth, the high level of the devil comes out.
God.
If you think it's a joke, you can try it. The higher the level of the devil gonna come out. He's not. You think the Lord gonna put you on? He gonna put a babe in there with a high level demon? No. That's not gonna pull you out the damn truth, man.
God.
I'm telling you plain. He will pull you out the truth.
God.
Because I'm telling you, man, look. The higher level of that demon, I'm telling you something, man. Brothers got to start thinking about that, man. Ephesians chapter 6, start at verse 18.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 18. Praying always with all prayers and supplication in the Spirit.
In spirit, read.
And watching thereunto with all perseverance.
All persevering.
And supplication for all saints.
Because this is what we're supposed to be doing.
God.
Right? This is what we supposed to be watching and praying. To see, like, bro's like, dang, man, I'm going through something. Dang, sis, I'm going through something. Right? But then you pray. Right? This is for us. Man, Christ was mad at one point because of the scribes and Pharisees. They were selling. But this was, even the Lord called this. Let me see this. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Here you go. Go to Matthew chapter 21 right quick. Now, this is Christ coming in there, and you already know he coming there to whoop some ass. Matthew chapter 21. This is what the Lord called Israel. So if the Lord called us this, then we need to be thinking about, damn, this is something that we should be doing. I'm talking about on a high scale, right? Matthew chapter 21, verse 13.
The book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 13. And said unto them,
What you say?
It is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves.
But we're dealing with the first part. He said, my house should be called a house of prayer.
God.
You see how they go? Even Christ himself saying it. No, we are the house of prayer, right? We ain't the house of the gossip, of the next new thing or the next. We the house of prayer, man. Right? We the house of prayer. The Lord expecting us as Israelites to be the house of prayer, man. Right? Let's go back to Ephesians chapter 6, man. Like you said, we're supposed to be making supplication for all the saints, but the Lord called us, we supposed to be the house of prayer, man. We're in a den of thieves. That's what thieves do, rob, steal, right?
God.
But now, guess what? We got a den of thieves. They spiritually rob and steal, right? Chapter 6, verse 19.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 19. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly.
May I open my mouth boldly, read.
To make known the mystery of the gospel.
So as we pray for each other, this is how the Lord give out the mystery of the gospel, right? This is how the Lord give out the tongue of the learned, right? Meaning, sometimes we be speaking stuff to brothers and sisters, man, because sometimes you can speak things, brothers and sisters, that the Lord wants you to put on your spirit to help brothers and sisters through some stuff, man.
God.
Right? Everything in this truth ain't meant to break everybody down. Some things ought to build you up.
God.
Right? That's just a plain thing. Go to Tobit chapter 12, man. Some things just to build us up, man. And guess what? Some things to break us down, but some things is to build us up, man. Tobit chapter 12. And we gonna start at verse
Verse 8.
No, start at verse 7.
Verse 7. Come. The book of Tobit, chapter 12, verse 7. It is good to keep close the secret of a king.
See, he said, it is good to keep close the secret of a king. I wonder what brothers and sisters think about that.
You tell the king business, you can end up dead.
You tell the king business, end up dead, but what else? Just think of, I want you brothers and sisters to ponder on that.
Because that if you expose the king or something like that, that affects everybody.
It affects everybody.
You know?
Because some things, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not saying all things, but some things should die with you, especially if it's not a heavy thing. But sometimes things are heavy. That's why we gotta pray. That's why we fast. This is why we get into these things a little tougher, right? But watch how we go. Let's read on.
But it is honorable to reveal the works of God.
It's honorable to reveal the works of God. Read.
Do that which is good.
The Lord said you got to do things which is good. Read.
And know evil shall touch you.
And no evil shall touch you. This is a plain thing, right?
That's pretty simple.
Right? This plain, right? But watch how I read.
Verse 8, prayer is good.
He said prayer is good, read.
With
fasting.
And alms.
All these things go one and the same. And what else?
And righteousness.
So with righteousness comes prayer, fasting, and alms. All these things goes one and the same, man. Right?
Good.
But read.
A little with righteousness.
A little bit with righteousness, read.
Is better than much with unrighteousness.
It's better with much unrighteousness, man. Right? He said just a little is better than much unrighteousness. Right? Right, read.
It is better to give alms than to lay up gold.
It says it's better to give alms than to lay up gold. It's better to do the work. It's better to give your alms. He said than to take money to the bank.
God.
Damn, that's tough.
It is.
That's tough. But a lot of people can't receive it though. Right? But read it.
Verse 9. For alms do deliver from death.
It said alms do deliver from death. Physical and spiritual, man. Read.
And shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life.
He said those that exercise alms and righteousness is going to be filled with righteousness, man. With life. Right? This is something that we need to be working on to get filled with, man. Because sometimes we don't, man. Right? Sometimes we don't. This is what I was talking about earlier. Watch this. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is what I was talking about earlier. Watch this. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 9. Watch this. Let me show you how to tie something in together.
2 Corinthians 1 verse 9?
Yep.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 9. But we had the sentence of death in ourselves.
So he said we got a sentence of death in ourselves. What we just read about in Tobit. How deliver you from death, right?
God.
But watch how I read.
God. That we should not trust in ourselves.
That we should not trust in ourselves, right? We got to be leaning on to the Lord, man.
God.
Right, read.
But in God which raiseth the dead.
But in God which raiseth the dead, right? That's why alms is better. It's better to give more alms. It's better to give alms than gold, right? But watch how I read though. Let's give you some more.
God. Who's delivered us from so great a death.
Who delivered us from so great a death, read.
And doeth deliver, in whom we trust that he will yet deliver us.
Right? And he said who deliver us from a great death and do it deliver in whom we trust that he will deliver us. Not trusting in ourselves, but trusting in the Lord, right? That he deliver from us, right? But read.
Verse 11. Ye also helping together by prayer for us.
He also helping together by prayer for us, read.
That for the gift bestowed upon us by the means of many persons, thanks may be given by many on our behalf. So this is how this read, right? It says, yea, also helping together by prayer for us. Good.
Think about it.
We need that prayer.
Because when brothers and sisters getting their spirit fed, you got to be praying for these teachers, for these prophets, right? For these servants of the Lord. You got to be praying for them because it says, it's a helping together by prayer for us, for the gift bestowed upon us by the means of a person that thanks may be given by many on our behalf. Meaning what? If a person's sitting up and throwing them prayers up for brothers and sisters, like sister doing our garment, guess what brothers should be praying for? Blessing that sister hand. Sister do mighty works in the church, right? In the schools, guess what? In the Israelite camps, guess what? You should be praying, hey, bless that sister, clean the building up good. Bless that sister, prepare the food. Bless that, you know what I'm saying?
Come. A big gun.
Guess what? Brother on the mic teaching. Bless that brother. Bless that brother to bring the sheep in, man.
Come.
Right? These are the things that we don't even consider. We just go out, you know, Sabbath coming, you know what I'm saying, we hit the street. But then you see a person on the mic. I always come out there and look. I walk. My first thing in my mind. Bless that brother hand, bless that brother tongue.
Come.
Right quick.
Come.
It's a simple prayer. Right? Brothers and sisters that tune in watching class. Bless these brothers and sisters that's on there, man. Any class you tune in, bless you brothers and sisters on there.
Come.
That y'all spirit be filled, man. That our spirits be filled. Right? It said, yea, also helping together by prayers for us. This thing helps together. This help keep us together, man.
Come.
Right? It said for praying for us, man. Right? That's a heavy thing, man. That's real, real heavy. Watch this. Go to Acts chapter 12. It's kind of it's touching on some stuff, man. This is in the time of Herod, man. Right? When they killed
John the Baptist.
James, man.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Just coming out. But when they killed James, man. Watch this. Start at verse 12. Verse 1.
Book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 1. Now about that time, Herod, the king, stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church.
So, this said, Herod stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, man.
Come.
Right? You got to think what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Herod wasn't trying to play. He came for real action. Right? But watch this read.
And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword.
So he just killed James, man, one of the prophets, man. Y'all just think about this, man.
Come.
Herod just killed James, one of the prophets, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Read.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also.
You see this, man?
Mm-hmm.
This is after Christ died. So, sometimes when people see, oh, it's already going down, let's get somebody else.
Come.
What the hell is going on, man?
It's that spirit of contention.
What the hell is going on?
Come.
Oh, I got this going. Let's go get something. Let's just go tear the whole goddamn thing down.
That's crazy, bro. Come.
We just seen 2 prophets get killed. We just read about 2 damn prophets getting killed, man. Like back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Because he see that it pleased us. Right?
Come.
Because we want to see and hear some new thing. Right?
Come.
Let's read that again, man.
Then were the days of unleavened bread.
I said read that again.
Oh, Salakia. 3 from the top.
Read verse 2.
All right, the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 2. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword.
So he just killed James. He already killed John, the Baptist. He gone. Stephen, he gone. Right? Mm-hmm. Christ, he gone. Right?
Go. Verse 3.
Watch it.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread.
Yeah, they go.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you say, Shalaki. I don't know why I said it. So, Shalaki, he killed James, but he said he started to please the people. So he took Peter, Shalaki. He didn't kill Peter. He took Peter. I don't know why I said he killed him, but that can spiritually kill a person.
Yeah.
That's a spiritual death, though.
Hey, that's on in prison, boy.
You throwing him in prison, Shalaki.
Yeah.
So he killed one prophet. Now he got a prophet in prison.
God.
What do you think gonna happen what do you think gonna happen when he rage? If all the people keep raging like this, what's gonna happen?
They gonna try to overthrow him if he don't do it. So he gonna do it just to please them.
No, this is what's gonna happen. Just like he said Herod was vexed, he wanted to vex for certain churches, so he killed James. Then he took Peter away from the people. Why is he doing it? Guess what? This is a spiritual thing. Because now you got two heavy hitters gone. You got one is in the grave and you got one is in prison. Right? These heavy hitters though. Right? But read on.
Verse 4. And when he had appeased him, he put him in prison.
And so when they apprehended Peter, they put him in prison, right?
God.
Right, read on.
And delivered him to four coordinations.
No. What?
Yeah. Coordinations? Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, I can't think of my mind how to pronounce it. But yeah, go ahead. Quinterians.
Quinterians, like it, of soldiers, to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people.
After the Passover, read.
Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him.
So you still got some people in the right spirit, right?
God.
Right? Even after you said seen James get killed, then they took Peter. And so what happened? The people he had a group of people that was praying for him. Peter was praying. Right? These is real prayers, man. Right?
God.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains.
Right?
And the keepers before the door kept the prison.
So guess what? As they kept him in prison, just remember, they had just killed James. They took Peter. Now you got Peter in prison, right? Think about the cause and effect of what he did with people, right?
Good.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him.
The angel of the Lord came upon Peter, read.
And a light shined in the prison.
And a light shined in the prison, man, read.
And he smote Peter on the side.
He woke Peter up, read.
And raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands.
So guess what? He was bound in chains, and they released the chains off of him, man.
God.
Right? Read.
Verse 8. And the angel said unto him,
Right, read.
Gird thyself.
He said, gird thyself, read.
And bind on thy sandals.
And bind on thy sandals, read.
And so he did. And he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me.
Right, he said, take that prison garment off, man, and follow me, man. Right? Read.
And he went out and followed him.
Right.
And wist not that it was true which was done by the angel.
Right.
But though he saw a vision.
Though he saw a vision, read.
When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city.
Right, read.
Which opened to them of his own accord.
Of his own accord, read.
And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him.
So guess what? He took Peter into safety. Now the angel gone, man. Right?
God.
The angel did his job.
This verse tough right
Right?
here. God.
He took him about the city. Now the angel took him down the street. He took him out the metal gate. Here you go, Peter. Now you go. Because the Lord was dealing with Peter, man. Right? Read.
Verse 11. And when Peter was come to himself.
Now when Peter came to himself, meaning what?
Had time to think and really just recall just what happened.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brought it in, read.
He said, Now I know of surety that the Lord hath sent his angel and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews.
So you see that?
God. So that's a tough verse right there.
You see that? Just how the people was pleased by Peter being taken, the ones that wanted to hear and see and hear some new thing, when the real people of God sit here and pray for these people, you see what can literally happen when the real men and women of God really pray for somebody. They can get you out of that situation. If you a real prayer, if you a real friend. Real friends can come, they'll be like, hey, they gonna put them prayers up, man.
God.
And guess what? What did Peter do? Peter was laying there. The angel woke him up. Hey, come on. Because the real people prayed for him. And not the people that's playing around. No. That ain't that kind.
God.
Right?
God.
Go to Romans chapter 12. That ain't that kind, man. Real brothers and sisters, man, we got to be on our job, man. Man, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you, just like brothers, we can see, as a camp leader, dog, how we can see spirit on brothers and sisters see spirits on us, right? And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times when I see brothers and sisters have a spirit on them, guess what? A lot of times brothers and sisters don't hear me say a word to them about the spirit that's on them. Guess what my first thing to do is to pray for them.
God.
It's to ask the Lord to deliver them out of that spirit, to see. And then after I pray for that thing, guess what they do? I'm gonna sit back and watch to see how it go. Seeing, I'm like, damn, all praise to the Most High, the Lord delivered it. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Let's go to Romans chapter 12, man.
All right, what verse you want?
We're gonna start at verse 9.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation.
So let love be without any confusion, right? Let love be real. Let a real love come out, right? Read.
Abhor that which is evil.
So anything that you're doing evil, the Lord said, hate that thing, man. Right? Read.
Cleave to that which is good.
And the Lord said, cleave to the good, though, man. Read.
Verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another.
He said, kindly affectionate one to another. Read.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love. Read.
In honor, preferring one another.
In honor, preferring one another. Read.
Not slothful in business.
Not slothful in business. Read.
Reverent in spirit.
Well, we're going to touch on that fervent in spirit. So y'all make sure y'all keep that underlined. Because we're going to touch on that James chapter 5. That fervent spirit means a lot. To brothers and sisters that don't know, that fervent spirit means a lot. When you can have a brother, when you really got a brother or really got a sister, see that a brother going through things and they see, I'm talk to you about it, throw them prayers up for brothers and sisters and see that change come, man, you know you got something.
Come on.
Guess what? You can see, not just see the spirit is on you, but you can see the growth on them too. Watch this. We're going to touch it right quick. James chapter 5. It said fervent spirit. I'm going to touch on it, man. Because with a fervent spirit comes what?
Fervent prayer.
Fervent prayer. A person with a fervent spirit can give that fervent prayer. Right? James chapter 5, verse 15.
The book of James, chapter 5, verse 15. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick.
He said the prayer of faith gonna save the sick, man. Read.
And the Lord shall raise him up.
And the Lord gonna raise him up. Read.
And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven.
If he committed sins, the Lord said they shall be forgiven. Because when the Lord forgives, he forgives. But sometimes us men, and women, we don't know how to forgive, man. We just don't know how to do that thing, man. Watch it. Let's read it.
Confess your faults one to another.
If you got a real friend, I'm not talking about some old random person that's just ready to run around and gossip. I'm talking about a real friend.
God.
That's going to be there to try to really throw them prayers up to try to help get you their help. I'm talking about real brothers and sisters that's your friend. You don't confess your faults to more rinky-dink brothers that don't know no. No, that ain't how they go. What you gonna confess your faults to a fool and he gonna do what? I just got it off my chest and that's it. No, they don't how they go. But watch it. You see, confess your faults one to another. Read.
That ye may be healed.
No, you missed it. You missed the part. Read verse 16 again.
16 from the top. Confess your faults one to another.
Confess your fault one to another. Then after you do that,
and pray one for another.
That's the next step. You see how it is.
Come.
That's why I say you can't do it with a fool. You cannot do this with a fool. Because you confess your fault to a brother, then guess what? I'm gonna confess it. I'm know brother's gonna pray for me, right? Sister gonna pray for me, right? Read.
Come. That ye may be healed.
Because we trying to heal each other, right?
Come.
We want brothers and sisters to be healed from that thing, right? Read.
The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous
He said
man.
the effectual, fervent prayer. Like the fervent spirit in Romans chapter 12, guess what happens? It brings a fervent prayer, right? Read.
The fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
He said the fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much, man. Read.
Elias was a man subject to Elias was a man subject to like passions.
To like passion, read.
As we are.
So guess what? Just how it's talking about this prayer, this is what Elias did. The Hamashiach Yahweh said what about Elias? John the Baptist wasn't no greater prophet than him.
Come.
Right? This is how brothers got to be thinking about it. But let's read it, man.
Elias was a man subject to like passions as we are.
Right. What he do?
And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain.
So he prayed earnestly that it might not rain.
And it rained not.
And it did what?
And it rained not on the earth.
You see how they go?
God.
Because Elias was about that prayer life.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't no joke. He really was about praying for brothers and sisters. He really was about that. Right? Read.
And it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months.
So 3.5 years it didn't rain on the earth. Because he just throwed the prayer. A real person that really prayed for people.
God.
Right? A fervent, that's why I said a fervent prayer of the righteous. It meaning John the Baptist, meaning Elias had a fervent spirit on him, man.
God.
Right? Verse 18, watch this.
Verse 18. And he prayed again, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit.
You see that?
God.
He prayed it to get it, and he prayed it to stop. Right? Watch this, verse 19.
Verse 19. Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth.
If any brother or sister err from the truth.
And one covered him.
And one convert him.
And one convert him, Salakia. Let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death. It
says save a soul from death and read what else?
Shall hide a multitude of sins.
You see how they go?
Come.
This is how that thing go, man. That's why I say that with that fervent spirit, you got to have that fervent spirit on that thing, man. Let's go back to Romans chapter 12, man. My brothers got to have that fervent spirit, man. And it gave you the perfect example. It gave you the perfect example, especially talking about Elias, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
God, the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 11 from the top. Not slothful in business.
Not slothful in business.
Reverent in spirit. Serving the Lord.
Serving the Lord. This is the reason why the Lord brought the example up about Elias, because that's what he was doing. He was a servant for the Lord, man.
God.
Right? Verse 12.
Verse 12. Rejoicing in hope. Patient in tribulation.
Rejoicing in hope. Right?
Patient in tribulation.
Patient in tribulation. Read.
Continuing instant in prayer.
Right? So that's why I say you got to be instant with that thing, man. Right? Certain things, like you say, brother, sister, bring to you, should be instant. Bam. Just like that.
God.
Right? That's why, brother, sometimes brothers got to stop running their mouth, man. Start praying more and stop offending people, man.
God.
Right? Go to Sirach chapter 17. Right? Because sometimes Because sometimes, I'm going to tell you, sometimes people lose their patience, man. All right? Sirach chapter 17, start at verse 24.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 24. But unto them that repent, he granted them return.
He said, hold on. Don't read it too fast. Stop it in my commas. He said, but unto them that repent, right? So the people that repent, he said, he granted them return. You see that?
Come.
Because just like a person can fall away, you got to ask for that same return back too. Right? Read.
And comforted those that failed in patience.
He said he comforted those that fail in patience, man. All right, read.
Return unto the Lord.
He said, return unto the Lord, read.
And forsake thy sins.
And said, forsake thy sin.
Make thy prayer before his face. And offend less.
He said, make the prayer before thy face and offend less.
Come.
This is something that we need to be thinking about too, man. Right? As any brother and sister go through whatever they going through, you got to make your prayer more, and the Lord said you got to do what?
Offend less.
Offend less. Right? You got something you got to think about, man. All right? Now, I ain't taking no questions tonight, man. Not tonight.
Isn't that like rejoice not over?
I just told you I won't take no questions tonight.
No, I'm saying that.
And you just asked me a question.
I'm trying to get that precept.
Just hold what you got.
Okay.
You just put the line aside and we go back.
Okay.
Right? And the main reason why I ain't taking no question tonight, because like you say, this is a sensitive subject, especially dealing, like you say, dealing with different spirits. You have to make sure that we, like the scripture say in Matthew chapter 7, judge not lest ye be judged, right?
Good.
We just trying to help build brothers up, man, right? This goes in talking about Melchizedek, but I want to show you something, right? Something about the flesh that the Lord say. Go to Hebrews chapter 5.
I'm now.
Read verse 7.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers.
So in the days, it's talking about who? Melchizedek. Right? He said unto another place, thou art the priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. Right? Talking about going into Christ. In the days of his flesh, when he had offered up his prayers of supplication, read.
With strong crying.
With strong crying, read.
And tears unto him. That was able to save him from death.
Right?
And was heard in that he feared.
And in that he feared, read.
Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered.
Right, so guess what? Even Christ went through what? In his flesh. He went through things too. Christ had a dark hour, man. He had times where that thing was tough on him, man. You got to think about it. Our King had times when things was tough on him too, right? This is what it's touching on. Go to Matthew chapter 27. And now it's many other things, but this is one of the things, right? This is what it's touching on. Matthew chapter 27. Watch this. Verse 45.
The book of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 45. Now, from the 6th hour, there was darkness.
There was darkness, man. Read.
Over all the land into the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Yahweh shall cry with a loud voice, saying,
Saying what?
Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
What is Christ out of order When he's saying this, I want to see Christ out of order. No, he's not out of order. That's the flesh talking, right? That's the flesh speaking, right? But yeah, that's the flesh speaking. Christ ain't out of order. The flesh was speaking, right? Read on.
Verse 47. Some of them that stood there when they heard that
Some of them stood there when they heard that. Read.
said, This man calleth for Elias.
He said, "This man calling for Elias." I think this man calling for Elias,
God.
right?
Verse 48. And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar
Right.
and put it on a reed and gave it to him to drink.
Right. So you see how this go? He called upon the Lord and they gave him some vinegar instead of giving him water. Right?
God.
Well, so basically what they doing right now, kicking them when they down.
God.
Right?
God.
And that ain't what we come on to do. We ain't come over to kick nobody when they down. Right? Read.
God. Verse 49. The rest said, Let be. Let us see whether Elias will come to save him.
You see how you see?
Hard, boy.
I'm talking about mocking hard on him, man. Said mocking hard. Right? I started to answer that question there.
So 46 to 49, Lord.
Yeah.
So
You got to slide it in on me.
I just want to know. I don't want to just. I got a lot
But
of
then-
us sitting there like that.
Put that word right there beside it, man. Watch it. Go to Sirach chapter 35, man.
I'm there.
Sirach chapter 35 and verse. Sirach here. Let me get there. Sirach chapter 35. We're gonna start at verse. No. Start at verse 15.
The book of Sirach, chapter 35, verse 15. Do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks?
So do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks, read.
And is it not her cry against him that causes them to fall?
Right, read.
He that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor,
He that serveth the Lord gonna be accepted with favor, read.
and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds.
So guess what? This is what the brothers and sisters got to understand what we got to think about our prayers. Do you want your prayers to reach the cloud? Let me ask you that.
Piercing.
You don't want them just to reach the clouds. You want your prayers to do this next verse,
God.
right? So when you praying to the Lord, I don't want my prayers just to, okay, I'm going to pray, and this is the cloud, and all the kingdom of the third heaven is up here, but my prayer just reached the cloud. This next verse is what we want our prayers to do. Read.
Verse 17. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds.
We want the prayer, I'm talking about, we want our prayers to pierce that cloud. Go through. Go through. Right? This is what I know dang on well. That's what I want. I want my prayers to pierce the cloud of the Lord. Because I want my stuff to be heard, man.
God.
Right? Read.
The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, and till it come nigh, he will not be comforted.
Until the prayers come, he would not be comforted, read.
And will not depart.
And will not depart, read.
To the Most High shall behold to judge righteously. And execute judgment.
This is something that we need to be thinking about, man. This is what we want our prayers to do. We want our prayers to go, and we're gonna wait patiently until they get answered. That's bold, man.
Come.
That's a bold one, man. We want our prayers to be patiently answered, man. Right? Like you say, and as we watch brothers and sisters, man, go through this truth, go in this truth, go around this truth, be in the truth, and we see this Passover coming about, hey, man, guess what, man? Shoot, we got to make sure, man, we keep ourselves in the right stage, in the right frame of mind. Brother said he want me to answer that question in Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 17. I told him I wasn't taking no question. But I gotta ask a question, so I guess I'll take his question. What brothers and sisters? No, I want this brother. I want broader blacks. Can you tell me what angel and what precept can you use that takes the prayer up to the Lord? And I'm gonna answer your question. I'm a little bit better than I was Sabbath, man. But I was so dang stopped up, man. I was stopped up bad in class, man. I'm still kind of stopped up.
Keep praying for you, man.
Man, I'm talking about sending them prayers up. But they didn't put them prayers in that rotation, man. Brothers need to be healed, man. Matter of fact, any brother or sister go help them out, man. What angel? What angel and what precept shows what the angel take the prayers up to the Lord? Let's see. What brother and sister is? Give brother and sister about 30 more seconds. Then my answer brother's prayer. Answer brother's prayer. Yeah. All praises, man. Appreciate the prayers, man. Sure need them, man. Sure need them. I know sometimes brothers and sisters think I need a precept, man.
I got it.
I know Moses but we need a precept, man. Let's get it, man.
The book of Tobit, chapter 12, verse 15.
Okay. You said Tobit chapter 12, verse 15. Read it.
I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels.
You see, he Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels. Read it.
Which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One.
Ain't this something, boy? That's tough, ain't it?
God.
That's tough. That's tough, man. See, he the one, he telling you plainly, I take those prayers up there to the Lord, and I literally present those prayers to the Lord, man.
That's how that cloud appears.
Mm-hmm. That precept with what? Let me see what you got.
Revelations 8, 3 and 4.
Yep, it's every precept with Revelation 8, 3 and 4. Also a precept with what? Ooh, stomped him then.
What, Jacob's ladder?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Stomped him then.
Jacob's ladder, I don't know.
I'm gonna see if I can stomp him. Stomp him then.
What part? The part with present the prayers of the saints, or in and out before the glory of the Holy One?
We talking about taking the prayers to the Lord.
I would say Jacob's ladder. Them going in and out.
No.
Up and down.
No, all the angels do that. All the angels do that. We talking about presenting prayers.
Oh,
a specific thing.
All right, so hold on. I get it. But that's there. That's
What you get?
Got nothing. I just got that 12 and 15 by the Revelations 3 and 4.
What you got, man? Watch this. Don't say oh.
I'm gonna just write it down.
Watch this.
Read it next time.
Yeah, okay, you said Daniels, but I need more. Watch this. Go to Daniel chapter 10. Because watch out all these angels. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Raphael said he takes the prayers up there to him, but all the angels work together. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show y'all something, man. Start at verse 13. Daniel chapter 10, verse 13.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 13. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days.
So Daniel prayed and fasted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel didn't eat nothing until he got his prayers answered. That he said he had to fight with the king of Persia. Damn, that's tough. The angel literally fighting with the king of Persia. But watch how it go. Watch how it go. Read.
Come. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes,
One of the chief princes, read.
came to help me.
Uh-huh.
And I remained there with the kings of Persia.
Right, read.
Now I am come to make thee understand what shall befall thy people in thy latter days.
Right. Jump down to verse
20.
20. Get to it.
Verse 20. Then said he, knowest thou wherefore I come unto thee?
Right, read.
And now I will return to fight with the prince of Persia.
Right.
And when I am gone forth, lo, the prince of Grecia shall come.
The Gersh, read on.
But I will shew thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth.
Mm-hmm.
And there is none that holdeth with me in these things but Michael, your prince.
But Michael, your prince, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Michael had to do what? He tried to make the way for what? For Raphael to get in that mud, right?
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna show you else. Watch this. I'm gonna show you else help. Because all the angels, they working together. Watch this. Go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 10. All these things. So Michael, guess what? Michael was a bad mug, boy.
God.
But you know, Michael, he also, tell you, them angels tough, man.
God.
Them angels tough, boy. Second is 10 in verse, watch this, 28.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 10, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Uriel, the angel?
Where's Uriel, the angel, read?
Who came unto me at the first.
It's the first, right? Read.
For he have caused me to fall into many trances.
So guess what? Uriel put them trances on her. Watch this, though.
And my end is turned into corruption.
Right? Read.
And my prayer to rebuke.
You see that?
God.
Well, you see them angels them angels is working, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that guess what, man? You got one that's taken up there to the Lord. That's his main job. But the other angels, they assist each other. Right?
They got to set them blocks.
Well, they got to. Hey, they got to.
God.
Right? They got to. What's that?
You trying to get the other angels?
Mm-mm. No, I just want to kind of touch on that mug. How all them angels, watch this. Even, you said, because you got to think, Michael, man, Michael about that war game, right?
God.
You got Uriel, guess what? He the one that came down, put the trances on you. He put different spells on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got Michael's about that war, right? This is why he said he contended with the Prince of Persia, man. He said, man, I contended. He had to wait for 21 days, man. Right? Michael's over there had to go to war just to get that thing done. Watch this. I'm gonna show you who else Michael had to go to war against. Go to Jude chapter 1. Jude 1. Watch this. And start at verse 8.
The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 8. Likewise, also, these filthy dreamers
Read.
defile the flesh,
They defile the flesh. Think about a filthy dreamer that's defiling the flesh. Read.
despise dominion,
Uh-huh.
and speak evil of dignity.
And speak evil of dignities, right? This goes about the spirits that was in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But read.
Yet Michael, the
There
archangel,
you go. Michael the archangel did what?
when contending with the devil,
Because tending with those evil spirits, read.
he disputed about the body of
He
Moses,
took Moses' body, read.
durst not bring against him a railing accusing, but
And really accusation.
accusation. But said the Lord rebuked thee.
So guess what? He came and told him the Lord rebuked him, man. Right?
That was dang.
Right? And this right here goes into the account in Deuteronomy chapter 34, man. So when they was trying to take Moses' body, what you call he wasn't going for that.
God.
They buried Moses in the land of Moab, in Beth Peor. But he had to go get Moses' body because guess what? Them stinking damn Africans are trying to retrieve that shit, man.
Yeah.
They still, well, what a prophet? No, man, them angels not finna let you dig up these prophets' bodies, man. What the hell y'all got going on, man? They give you a perfect example that the angels ain't going like that, man. Let's go to Hebrews. What the brothers want? Hebrews chapter 9. We're gonna answer this question, man. Pick it up out of there. This is our power. Hebrews chapter 9. See it. See if we can answer it right quick.
17.
9 and 17.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 17. For a testament is of force after men are dead.
It said a testament is a force after men are dead.
Otherwise, it is of no strength at a while the tester liveth.
It said otherwise it is no strength at all while the tester liveth. That's the question he wanted to be answered.
He said that's what he was understand. I think he dipped out.
Did he dip?
Yeah, because he ain't never said anything.
No.
But he still could be done.
He's still there. Cause that's it. That's the dude. I don't know.
I don't see him.
What's his name?
Something black.
So he wanted this to be, he said, let's read up, man, see what they're talking about.
Yeah, brother blacks.
Jump up to verse 15.
Verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
Christ is the mediator of the New Testament, read.
That by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions.
And so it's saying, meaning what? The new covenant wouldn't be nothing without Christ coming to die. This was the first step for the new covenant to be brought into place. So for us to be going from the old covenant going into the new covenant, Christ first must have to die. If Christ don't die, then the new covenant can never come into play.
God.
That's simple, right? That's why when you read verse 17, he said, for the testament is a force after men are dead. Meaning, after Christ died, that's when the testament, that's when the going into the new covenant starts, right? We're not fully in the new covenant, but we are going to in the new covenant. Your brothers and sisters that can receive it, right? We're not fully in the new covenant because we still teaching each other saying know the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, otherwise, it is no strength at all while the tester living. So while Christ is living, the new covenant, it wasn't nothing.
Right.
right? Meaning the animal sacrifice. So that's what that literally is going into. That's why Christ living, meaning what they still had the animal sacrifice until Christ left. Right?
Good.
Because a testament is just a covenant or agreement, right? I hope brothers sister having a good week, man. Y'all share the video. Y'all help us push this truth around the four corners of the earth. And like I say, man, brothers and sisters, man, y'all make sure y'all keep these prayers going, man, for brothers and sisters, man. This is how we stay strong in this truth. This is how we keep our head up. This is how we keep ourselves going. No matter how people think about what we doing and how we feel, we still trying to do thus said the Lord. So we just keep it pushing, man. Let's go to, I'm gonna do something I ain't did yet. It's going into the same thing. Let me get a law. Give me a law. Go to Deuteronomy 1:39.
All right.
Let's read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 39. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey,
For the little ones that shall be a prey to the heathens, read.
and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil,
Right, read.
they shall go in thither,
They should go in to the land of milk and honey. Read.
and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it.
So until that land, the Lord gonna give us back to our inheritances again.
Okay.
Right? Thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. Y'all share the video. Help us push this truth around the four corners of the earth. And with that, we give our honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. There we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hope brothers and sisters have a good week. Shalom.